I mean, but speaking of remixes, though, man, when you got on that thing with Drake and turned that thing all the way out, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
Talk to me about putting that banger together.
Wow. Actually, I think the record was for Sean Paul or whatever from the Youngbloods.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean Paul, man. I think he hit them up and it was like I think Fabo sound good on his record or whatever, and they sent it to me, Vintage Tune. Shout out to Vintage Tune.
Yeah.
And Vintage Tune sent it to me. I had a chance to hang out with Chubbs up at the CIA Wireless, so I love the vibe. I felt the vibe.
Yeah.
And I went back and recorded it. Boom. I actually sent it back and was like, yo, you sure you want to leave this on here or whatever like this? And I was like, yeah, man, you ever heard Shawty? I was like, in the clubs in Shawty in Atlanta, they play, that's what it is.
That's right.
And he was like, yeah, I know it's hot, but I was like, it's more of a drive. I'm trying to give him my thing, and he sent it back. I gave it Swamp Izzo. Swamp Izzo gave it to Jelly. Jelly, I gave it to both of them, kind of. But Swamp took it down to Reggie, and it's been playing ever since.
My God. I mean, how do you feel, though, Fabo, being able to maintain this relevancy at the top of the game, being in high demand at all the shows, everybody want them some Fabo, getting the features, and then still getting the same reaction from the crowd? Because, see, that's the other thing, too. You can go out there, and some folks ain't getting them same reactions no more, Fabo.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? They go out there like, all right, man, you need to go sit your butt down. Folks passing out like Michael Jackson that hit the stage again when you touch down. So what goes through your mind when you get that kind of love?
Nah, man, I gotta definitely give it up to this generation and this culture, always keeping me in the mix. You feel what I'm saying? Every time I look up, whether it's Thug, it's Future, it's Drake, it's one of these cats. Shout out to D4L or whatever. I used to be going through some crazy stuff about this when I was in the group. But shout out to this culture, man. They keep me relevant. I guess it's something that I did at the time that they still do. People live that same lifestyle or whatever. So I just got to give it up to them. They basically keep me alive or whatever and keep me drove to do this.
What was the crazy stuff you was going through in the group trying to do Fabo?
Nah, man, you always had these people that walked up, hey, I got these socks, I got these shades, and there's 100 of us. You know what I mean? Everybody look at the four, 3 or 4 people that was there, me, Shawty, Mook B, and Stunt. You looking at all of us or whatever, and you like, it's just us. Nah, it's like 100 of us. So, and I'm like the last person to come. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally. Like, I'm like the last person to walk through the door out of 100. You know what I mean? So I know I was about to start trying to do all of this extra stuff or whatever. Yeah. But, it boils down to not having anything, bro. Like, just like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm finna do the rap. Like, you've been selling pounds, you've been doing this, but you just keep going to jail. Like, I kept going to jail, whether it's this, that, or other, you know what I mean? Somebody don't pay you, whatever the situation was or whatever. And I think that was the situation too, just not want to be broke and saying, I'm gonna rap. Like, and people don't know when you make that conscious decision to say, I'm gonna rap in the hood, you just broke yourself right there at that moment because there ain't no more dope, there ain't no more this. And once you start to make it just a little bit, niggas in the hood, like, bro, you rapping, so either way it go, you gotta make it work. So I think that was it for me. Never want to come back, never want to be broke again. It come out like that.
Yeah.
Baby, I want to jump in here. I'm, me as, Ghetto Mafia, I have been in a group.
Yeah.
And I know the dynamics of being in a group.
Yeah.
Take us through kind of what it's like being with guys you started with that you really got love for, but you are clearly the superstar of the group. And
you talking about with Nitro and Tommy Gun?
With D4L, with everybody.
Oh, I was in 2 groups, so you
well, them too. Well, them too. That's even worse then.
Me and Young Dro was in the group before that.
Talk to me about, talk to me about.
Nah, D4L. D4L.
I'm not asking you, do you think that? I'm telling you what we feel as the fans.
That's what I was just saying to him just then. I kind of, lost my point. What I was just making is 100 of us. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas you just seen just 4. So D4L was never really a group. It was basically who was on that song. Like,
gotcha.
I was a solo artist. I was a solo artist in jail. You know what I mean? And Bet You Can't Do It Like Me blew up while I was in jail. So I wasn't finna get out of jail and go, what y'all doing with the group? Like, hell no, it's 100 of these dudes in here. But then just keeping it real, you know, I wasn't even there for the groundwork of the song being put out there. We made the songs, me and Low rolled around and played the songs, and I did the dance and all of that, but I immediately went to jail. And they put in the leg work to say, hey, we're a group, we D4L, this our song. And then they went out and promoted it. So when I got out, I wanted to honor all of that. I wanted to be a part of that group. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, but with me, I was from a whole nother hood. So my situation and your situation may be different because I still don't know nobody kids, nobody this because I wasn't really that. So we were never really like a group like that. Oh, gotcha. So I didn't have a chance to really bond, and I went straight to jail. Like in 2006, I'm gone. Bam.
Gotcha.
So when Shawty passed away, it was just like, you know, we out here now. So yeah.
Now were you closer with Shawty Low?
I came in the door with Shawty. I hung around Shawty. I drove for Shawty. I was with Shawty. So yeah, that was just it. Gotcha. I know these guys. I grew up with Stunt. I stayed in Perry Home. Stunt stayed in Hollywood Cope. We was always on opposite sides. But we grew with Shawty Low. You know, it turned into a blessing. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as communicating, I was gone. I didn't have a chance to build that same relationship that you and Nino had.
Gotcha. So it's never so to be clear, it was never really a group. It was always Fabo.
Yeah, it was. I came in on about 3 features. I had did the Front Street Road. Shout out to Lil Mark. Shout out to Mook B. And I was on the song with Pimpin' and Parlay. That was the money song that was playing at the Palace all the time. And then me and OJ did the Welcome to the Palace, where it goes down every weekend.
Come on,
Gonna do it for me. Gonna do it, you know what I mean? And
you gotta give me a beat.
We did the Libra version too. Welcome to the Libra. Like you came in one of them clubs, that song playing 5 times a night.
Yeah,
my God.
You know, and I think, and that's what made Shawty Low. Like, man, you know, I was on the run. And man, let me tell you something, man. I gotta give you a story too. Like, I was on the run, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was in the group, but it was from Low saying, yeah, boom, we did another album before that. Mook B, let me stay at a shout out to Mook B. And we did another album before that. We had some hot songs. We gon' ride, we gon' roll. And if you go back and find that CD cover, you'll see 100 people like on that cover. You know what I mean? And that you can see all of us, Baby Girl, you know, Duke Red, all of us, everybody who's in the group. And you know, I like to tell the story, you know, that Shawty was already who he was. Like who you knew him to become, he was already that person to me in high school. Like, and I'm way out of high school when I got with D4L. Like this, like 10 years later. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotcha.
So you know, to us, Shawty was already a rock star. Like, you know, that's so when you got to know Shawty, I already knew him like that in high school. Like, you know, he was always that same person. You know, so it was already an entity. Like, and I came in like a draft pick, like from the club. Like I'm at the Pool Palace, rocking the Pool Palace. Boom. When I went on the run, Shawty Low pulled up in front of my house in the Denali, like, yo, cuz, you want to go play basketball? I'm like, you want me to go play basketball? Like, it's like Elvis just pulled up in front of my door. Like, I went out there, no shoes on it. Everything, like, my life just changed in that moment. Like, cause, you know, that's what I was doing. I played basketball a little bit too. Yeah. So, you know, and Shawty came and got me, kept coming to get me. And then we did the Bet You Can't Do It Like Me in the car. Like, and that's how it happened. Like, you know, Mook was telling them about me. And I went to ASAP. I don't know if you know about that little program, the drug rehab program that they put you in there. You get into it in school. When you get into it in school, they put you in that program. Yeah. And I was in the program with Ann, his sister. And so when I walked in Boy Home that day, Mook was like, you know, you need to go there and holler at Shawty or whatever. I walked in Boy Home, I know Ann, like, you know. And ever since then, you know, he pulled up on me, like, so it turned out to be dope.
What was that like traveling the world with D4L and y'all having number one?
We ain't traveling the world.
Damn.
I keep telling you, I went to jail. We ain't traveling the world. Like we did a few shows and then I went to jail. So, you know, that was the thing. So what you see as Fabo now is me coming back.
Catching up.
You know, I had a chance when I first came back, you know, R.I.P. Shawty again. Shawty was booking me for shows and trying to let y'all know, to let y'all know I was back. Yeah. But you know, I was still, you know, dealing with making that transition to being a rapper and letting the streets go. Yeah. And that's why it took me so long until now to get there. A lot of artists don't believe that, you know, your talent can get you so far, but your hustle got to match that. So my hustle on the street was impeccable, but I couldn't let it go because I guess in the beginning when I first went on the road, it was like, we're gonna give you $35 a day. And that's always in my head when they be like, you gotta go do some shows. Now, but y'all got me I get $35 a day. And they couldn't ever get up with me. They called my phone, I would never answer, like, cause I'm thinking I'm gonna get $35 a day. Like,
exactly.
You know, I ain't thinking I'm gonna get paid. So I couldn't make that transition. And you know, Shawty, like, man, I get this money. You know, Shawty, man, he gonna keep calling you.
Yeah.
And so
what was it that finally made you let the streets go and
jail.
go?
I got tired of going to jail. I got locked up in what, 2013, 2000. Something right in there, whatever they caught us with the guns and all that stuff. What that was on the internet.
Yeah.
And that was it for me. I was like, it's over with.
When you came back out and then you started getting your Fabo on and it was going crazy, did you feel like you would still be able to have the career that you was having before?
I never had a chance to experience that Fabo that you would think if you're a fan somewhere and you're listening to Laffy Taffy.
Yeah. I'm
in and out of jail.
Yeah.
So I never had a chance to experience that, what you thinking. Like, I came out and I'm back on the block. Mm-hmm. This is going on, then low blow up and a lot of other stuff happened. You know, I'm still in the street. Like, you know, that's when you see me. You see me doing little shows and stuff. That's to eat and all of that. But I didn't really get serious about it till I came from Japan, like in, 13 and then maybe 2015 it started to see the Fabo who you see now with, I think with Thug put the I Feel Like Fabo out. It was like I couldn't go anywhere and just be doing what I was doing, because now it's like that light on you too when these artists say, hey man, then your kids like, so I was never that star who you think of. I feel like I never had my chance. So you may think of me as this big movie star back then. Yeah. But I was on the block with some $5 sacks still serving, and not even knowing about ASCAP or none of that type of stuff right there, because I was so far in the streets, I ain't even care. Exactly. But when I came back, it's been nice since I found all that stuff out.
I know that's right. You got,
they just call it interest, and it was in vain.
Right.
Ooh. Yeah, man, but I was never that star. So, I had a chance to do talent shows. I had a chance to do all of these things or whatever in that time to say I was back, but people was looking at it like, I'll give you $500 for a show, Fabo, come around. I'll give you $1,000 for a show, and I was doing stuff like that, but I wasn't making no music. I ain't making the music for like 5 years.
My God.
For 5 years, I ain't going to the studio.